Well, how do you, reflecting back on that now and seeing the importance of, the value of community, how do you feel about, what you're doing today? Like, how do the two things correlate and connect with what you got going on today?
They're directly connected, and I didn't necessarily see myself doing this.
Right. That's usually how it goes.
You know what I mean? Like, I knew that I wanted to help kids, and I knew that I wanted to give back, but, like, going away to college and stuff, I really didn't plan on returning back to Akron, one. And then being back here, I knew that it was just a difference, though, in terms of what I saw my dad. My dad used to have to take people home, you know what I'm saying? And having a league for, 30 plus years, I saw, people give back and not really receive anything, monetarily. Like, my dad was just doing stuff from his heart. And so
was he coaching? Was your dad coaching?
My dad, so the pool league.
Yeah.
That was my dad. That was my
really?
dad's
Really?
league. Yeah. So my dad, the Perkins Pool League was started by my father.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I watched all of that my entire time. I was there. I was keeping a book. I knew the ins and outs of the game really young. And so my dad came home from school, and my dad and Jerry Rowland and Gus Johnson and PJ, Gus's brother, and all the real true OGs. When Gus passed away, that was sudden. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so my dad wanted to honor Gus. So it was called the Gus Johnson Summer League. We called it the Pool League, but the actual name was the Gus Johnson Summer Basketball League. You know what I'm saying? And so, I just saw my dad trying to bring awareness to Gus and what he did, and so his legacy wasn't forgotten. And, just a lot of those people, and it was a lot of black men in our community that were consistent. Whereas to me today, you have some consistency, but that's the time I was a kid, you knew if you went to Ed Davis, you was going to see my dad, you was going to see Jerry Rowland, you was going to see Bo Palmer, you was going to see Ted Jones, you was going to see EJ, every year. Whereas in our generation, I feel like you see maybe a dad might coach their kid and move with their kid. So there wasn't the same type of consistency where I knew I was getting this coach that year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just those are some of the differences. But what I'm doing now, man, really just trying to be an extension of the community, because that village piece is always something that I saw.
What's the biggest thing you think you learned from your pops? You said you reincarnated in him. What's the biggest thing you think you learned?
The biggest thing that I've learned, I guess, would be just the hard work. My dad was a worker, man. So his day job was he worked with people with developmental disabilities in Cleveland. And so, that was his job. And then he came and he worked for the city part-time, too. But he always was working, always
doing something.
Even to the point, though, where, I was even mad. Man, you don't never say no to work. They would call for overtime. You go through those stages, and we definitely had those moments. But, he diligently worked, you know what I'm saying, at whatever he put in. So I saw that, we were just talking about the other, that's what I saw. I saw that. So, you know what I'm saying, that was the seed that was planted in me. So that's why I was such a hard worker.
Yeah.